everyone, and we are the Matriarchs of Fandom. I actually have a special guest with me today. I have my daughter Zoe,
Hi.
and we are going to discuss Disney princesses. It looks like over the years, over the years, Disney female princesses have evolved. You know, when they first came out, they were sleeping in the bed. They had the man that came to rescue them to where they're at now, where they're fighters, they're smart. And I just want to sit down with my daughter. We're both big Disney fans. Hi Rob, we have a lot of the Disney movies. We go to see it at the movies. I mean, right now I'm watching Moana, and we just love Disney. So let's just talk about some of the females Disney princesses. I'm saying female right now, all of them are. But, you never
Yeah.
know, that can change. Um, I want to start with the original kind of three, which is Snow White. She came out when Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937. You also have Cinderella. She came out in 1950 with the title movie Cinderella. And Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, which came out in 1959. All three characters are young girls, and I kind of noticed most of the Disney princesses are young girls. Looks like the average age is, what would you say,
Maybe like 13 or something.
13 to maybe 16,
Yeah.
so which is still kind of what they're doing now, but definitely back then.
I mean, they're getting a little older as time go on.
A little older?
I mean, because ain't, what is her name?
I don't know.
From Tangle. Ain't she turning 18?
Um, I think so. I think she
Yeah.
might have been turning 18.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that was her 18th
Okay.
birthday.
Okay. But still very young and naive, though.
I mean,
But
but
not
she
her
was locked
fault.
in a
I
tower.
get it. I get it. We'll talk about her in a second. But here they are. Snow White, Cinderella, and Sleeping Beauty. Now, all of these actually movies also have a live version, but I'm just going to mainly talk about the Disney cartoon animated version.
Yes.
Zoe, of the three, which one actually do you like better?
Hmm. See, okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I don't think I care for as I've gotten older. I don't think I like any of these three. Like as in cartoon wise, I do like the live action ones better.
Okay.
So, I mean, maybe because I like the live action of Cinderella better. So I would say Cinderella more of the fact, but I mean, I
We're
know
just
the
doing animated, baby.
yeah,
We're
I
only doing animated. Okay. So then my
know.
question to you is why you making that comment?
Well, see, because I like reading the original stories. So I like the original story of Cinderella, and I think that that one's more closer to it because I like that, for instance, she was, you know, by the fireplace and everything. That's where she got her name from. In the original story, they did it like that too. The only difference is, it wasn't as violent, but everything went kind of along the same path. So that's what I like about that one. When it comes to Sleeping Beauty, it's okay. The whole story. I mean, I love the dresses and everything. The art style is so beautiful, especially when I remember when we got it on was it Blu-ray or the special edition when it originally came out, and the scene where they were at the water and they were dancing. That was so beautiful to watch it on DVD. So I love that scene. The storyline itself is so Maleficent, I think is cool, but in that they don't showcase her as much.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I like live actions.
Well, in each of these Disney movies, the villain has actually been a female.
Yes.
So you had Snow White. She was just the evil step. No, who was her villain?
It was the
It
stepmother.
was her mother.
Yeah.
Cinderella. was her stepmother, and Snow White was the Maleficent.
Yes.
Yes. So, no, Sleeping Beauty was
Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty was Maleficent.
All three of these movies had a young girl. Um, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, asleep. They've saved by the prince.
See, technically, Cinderella really wasn't saved by the prince as much. I mean, she kind of like the fairy godmother. She did it on her own, and then eventually she was gonna leave.
Did she really do it on her own
She
though?
had the fairy godmother. The prince didn't really do that much, if you really think about it.
Okay, but
All
she
he
didn't.
did, and what his dumb self was, he couldn't figure out who she was by checking everybody's shoe. I mean,
Well, then that's what I'm saying. You're right. He really didn't do too much, but
yeah,
she really didn't either. I mean, she fell in love kind of with meeting him the one time, and just
yes.
like theoretically, Sleeping Beauty did, and Snow White. You
Yeah,
know,
but the man was there to save. They destroy, you know what I'm saying? And that,
well,
all he did, he just picked her up.
but he did save her.
She would have left
Because
eventually.
no, Cinderella would have never left.
She would have
If
left.
no, she would have never left. She would never left. She
Because
would have
that
been
fairy
in the
godmother
room.
gave her something and made her like realize, wait, I could do this. I could leave.
Oh,
There's more
so
out there. So yeah.
I have to admit, I do. I'm glad Disney are no longer really making movies like these. I'm not saying romantic that I don't want to see a romantic story, but just the idea that this man, coming to my rescue, or even the fairy godmother coming to her rescue, it's I don't know, kind of silly to me,
Yeah.
but these are one of the first Disney classic movies, and if it was on TV, I probably would watch it. What about you? If we're on TV, there's nothing to do, and it was a rainy day.
No, I think I'll just scroll on TikTok.
Okay. Okay, so those were those three. Now the next set of Disney princesses, and I'm gonna just say the year. You have Ariel, which is from The Little Mermaid that came out in 1989. Then you had Belle from Beauty and the Beast. You have Jasmine from Aladdin. Pocahontas, 1995. My favorite Disney movie, Milan, in 98. And Princess Kita from Atlantis, The Lost Empire,
Yes.
from 2001. Um, what do you think these one, two, three, four, five, six, seven princesses, how are they different from the original three?
Well, these are strong women. Like for instance, Mulan, she fought for her country. You got Pocahontas. I mean, she didn't really fight for her country. She kind of was stolen, but we're not gonna talk about that. And then
Ariel,
Ariel was more for, hey, I had everything. I was super rich, and then I wanted more. Because I mean, that's what she sung. It's never enough. But which is good though, because you really think about it though. I always tell this to my friends: you should never be okay where you're at. You should always be striving for
Ariel?
more.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
got to think about it like
She is
that.
living in the ocean. She's already a princess. She's the youngest daughter. She's the most beautiful one. Let's go ahead and say it.
No,
She
it's
is.
because she looked like her mother. That's why that
No,
was
no,
in
no. Her
Ariel
other
too.
sisters did not look as good as she did. But you want more. Yes, you go to the service, and you see different things. I don't
Yeah.
care about curiosity, but I gotta have. I want to give up my fins to go up there. And what is it? Thema of God. What did she used to say?
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I am not a big fan of The Little Mermaid. I am not. If it was on, I really would not watch it.
I
However,
will watch it.
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it
I went
because
to her panel. I loved
now
it.
years ago, me and Marky Mark. I don't think Zoe wasn't there.
I
No,
was
you was
there.
there when she sung.
So okay,
No, I don't think
I
you was there.
left right then when she
Oh,
sung because it was so cold in there. I was shivering.
okay. So the lady, and I can't, Jody, I can't remember what her last name
Yeah,
is. Um, but years ago, I think we was in Raleigh GalaxyCon. I
yeah,
think it
because I
was
was
that
with
one.
Linnea. Yeah, I know.
And Mark and I was walking past a room. I don't know where we were going. We was not going to see her, because it's a Little Mermaid, like I said. And we walked past the main room, and we just heard this beautiful voice. She truly sound like the movie live. It was so beautiful. Like Zoe said, the room was
It
freezing.
was freezing.
It was a packed room. Mark and I went in. So did a whole bunch of people because she's just singing. We're walking by. We're like, where this beautiful voice is coming from. We walked in and we stood with the rest of her panel. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, I was sitting on the floor because it was
Uh,
so
it
bad.
was cold, but I would literally. She was just at Richmond GalaxyCon. We didn't get a chance to see her. We were doing something else, but if I had that time slot available while we were there, I would love to see her again. Love to hear her live. I mean, you don't get many people that sound just like what she sounded in the movie theater. I
Yeah.
mean, it was beautiful. But anyway, let's kind of dive in a little bit about each and every one of these next sets. So we just finished talking about Ariel. Zoe said you really like The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I did. Like I said, you always got to strive for more. You should never be okay where you're at.
Mm-mm.
No,
He
just in
okay,
general, you got to
striving for
think.
more,
Yeah.
yes, but he didn't even know. Remember what she looks like. He was gonna
He
marry
was
somebody else.
no, in
No,
his
he was gonna marry
defense,
somebody else.
he
In
just
his
he
defense,
almost drowned.
had
And
nothing to do with.
he almost drowned. He was waking up.
No,
He was little Daisy, and whatever. You can't see. Like think about when you wake up and stuff. Ain't people be blurry? That's just it. He didn't know.
no. I put
He
my
fell in love
glasses
with
on
her
immediately.
voice.
Ugh. No, okay. I'm sorry. No, I didn't like that
You gotta
concept of the
strive for
movie.
more.
No,
What?
he
No,
didn't
I'm just
know
saying
her.
in
He
general.
was gonna be with somebody else just by the voice.
Hmm.
No, you need to get to know
He
the
did,
person. No,
but
he didn't.
he was
He
trying to
couldn't talk.
he was trying to fall in love with the person
Oh,
that saved him, but he really did love her.
yeah.
But he was just getting married because hey, that's the person that saved me. I'm trying to do my duties.
Okay.
That's all.
The only good thing about this movie is that main song and "Kiss the Girl." I'm sorry, that's it. Other than that,
The
I don't
whole
need to
movie is
watch the
great.
movie. All right, let's go to the next better movie, which is 1991 Belle, Sleep, Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
For a very long time, this was my favorite all-time Disney movie. I loved it. I literally remember it coming out in 1991. I did not drive then. I took the bus by myself on my day off to go to the movies to see this. Love the movie. I mean, yes, he's a beast. He's an animal. Okay, we're not gonna go there. But she's strong. People are picking at her because she's reading. She's smart. I kind of felt like that a little bit about figure I thought I was kind of smart in high school. So don't look at
Sure.
me like that. So I like this movie. It's not my number one Disney princess kind of anymore, but I will give her number two. What about you?
I mean, I like her story and everything. The songs were beautiful in the movie. I mean, especially her wearing the dress. I do think it's kind of funny though when you do see the beast for the first time when he like turns into a human, and then
He looked
everybody's like,
better at the beast.
he was just so ugly. I'm like, who is this man?
His
Turn back,
eyes blue.
yeah,
Yeah.
turn back into the beast. And then I also like though, because when I was growing up. in Disney Channel, they will have like little clips and it'll show like certain scenes from other movies and add it to it. So actually in this picture, and there's a scene where if you look up at the sky, there's Stitch that's actually hanging along the thing. And I love that concept of it.
Okay,
So yeah.
okay. If this movie was on right now, I would watch it.
Yeah, I would actually turn to it.
Yeah.
I remember I had the Christmas book of it, and it was like it's the same thing. It's like I guess it's counted as Beauty and the Beast 2, and it's just the same concept, but just during the Christmas time, and I love that.
That movie was not that good.
No, but I had the book.
Yeah. Disney Part Twos, other than kind of like Toy Story, are not really that good. But that's just my opinion. Oh, I did like Zootopia. That was okay.
Zootopia 2 was great. I would really watch that again.
Okay, the first one was better. All right, so let's see. We're gonna dive into 1992. Jasmine, Aladdin. I don't like this movie.
I love it. And actually, what I like about that movie is that it's called Aladdin. It's not even about the princess. It's about the prince. Well, supposedly, the
Prince
poor.
Ali.
Yeah. So I like that because all the other movies are showcasing the princess, but in that one, she doesn't have her own movie. It's his.
Okay, okay.
Oh, and is another thing that's interesting though, going back to Beauty and the Beast and this one in the scene where she's reading Belle's reading the book coming from the bookstore and she's saying about he doesn't find out who he is until chapter 3. She's actually reading Aladdin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I might have to just look at that scene. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's reading
okay.
Aladdin.
There she go right there. How you doing, Calibus? How are you?
Right.
All right. So let's see. Then we're gonna go to 1995. Pocahontas. Denise Williams sung the song. I can't think of the name of the song right now. Tip of my tongue. Mm. Okay.
The colors
Beautiful
of the wind.
Wind. That's it. Beautiful song. She did a great job. This is a movie I've seen maybe once from the whole thing,
I don't
from
know
beginning to
how.
end. I don't know. Maybe because I live in Virginia,
No, I think because you didn't grow up here when you were younger in Virginia, because that was like in elementary. That's the
I
movie
mean,
we
in
watched.
1995, that was the year you were
Oh
born.
yeah, that's true.
So
I forgot my age, your age.
she was.
But I watched that movie many, many times. It was like required to watch in school.
Nah, I mean, I know the characters. I can, look a picture of and say, okay, that's Pocahontas,
Hmm.
but I don't know. I know what happened to her. There was no love story. Maybe there was no love story. She was not in love with him. She married somebody else.
Oh, I know that, but in the movie, it
Oh,
portrayed that was a love story.
okay.
But
Well,
yeah, but everybody knows the story. She goes there and marries
yeah,
somebody, has two kids, dies, they die, blah blah
yeah. She does.
blah.
So now I have to revisit this movie just because I don't remember like she did.
Hmm.
Maybe if I'm sick in bed
Yeah, there's a good.
and there's nothing else on TV, which there's kind of always something else on TV, but I might one day visit it.
You have to listen to the music though, because they have great songs. There's this one, oh my gosh, I don't know the name of it, but I actually have it on my phone, and I like that. I would feel like it's better than Colors of the Wind.
No.
I'm telling you, it's a great, great song. It's a
Okay.
duet, and it's so beautiful. Like,
Okay.
okay, it might not be better, but it's definitely on
It's
the
not gonna
same
be
line.
better.
It is great.
Yes.
I mean, I
Okay.
listen to the song all the time. I don't even know why I can't remember the name of the song.
Oh, because it wasn't a
But
good
see, the
song.
thing is,
Well, it wasn't a good.
it's not on Spotify. I actually have it downloaded to my actual phone, so that's why it's like something that I gotta
Okay.
because I can't find it anywhere.
Then y'all, after we get off the live, I'm gonna have her play it for me, both songs. But we already know who the winner is. All right. So, let's see. 1998, my favorite Disney movie of all time. I just watched it the other day.
It's Tarzan.
I watch it every time it comes on TV, is Milan. She is a fighter. Her father is, a little unhealthy. He's older. She you know what? I'm gonna take his place. I'm gonna get the helmet. I'm gonna get the horse. I'm gonna get the sword. I'm not fighting for the country at this time. I'm doing it for my father. The songs were
Oh
great.
yes.
Eddie Murphy, Mushu, lovely. This is a great movie. I was actually thinking about cosplaying as her. Great. I've looked at it quite a few times. What do you think of Milan? Please tell me this is a great movie that you love it.
I like the movie a lot. I do. The second one was good too, even though people don't like that one. Oh, and I also like that. This is not gonna really talk about Milan though, but I like that she was like so gay in the movie. It was so great.
Oh,
Think about it. He really liked her. Well, as a guy. And all of a sudden, he was so upset when he found out she was a woman. It's hilarious.
see, Lady Gray agrees with me with Milan being the best. I agree. The live version did
It
not
was okay.
get um, a lot of positive reviews. I actually liked the live version. I mean, of course, I'm not going to watch it as much as this one, but I thought the live version was pretty decent.
It's just that it was missing Mushu. So that's pretty much
Yeah,
why I think if it had Mushu in it, then it would have been a little bit better
yeah,
and
and the
stuff.
songs. I mean, even
They
though
had the songs in
Christina,
the background.
yeah, Christina Aguilera, she did redo the song,
Yeah,
but the animated, 100%,
I would agree. It's
animated,
definitely it's a
100%.
movie. I mean, I just watched it recently.
Yeah, I know I did.
And then I watched the second one, which I love too.
I know not.
See-
I told you Disney Part Twos are
yeah, but
okay.
have you seen the second one? It's good.
Okay,
Because it has like a great song with the three princesses, and they said, I want to be like, I want to like something else. I'm
something
tired
else.
of being the princess. I want to do like I actually
Well,
want to be a real person.
she
She is not a
officially is
princess.
not a princess,
No.
but I'm gonna put her this in character in this category just because she's just so freaking awesome. Definitely different from the earlier ones. Fighting, smart. I would want her to be my role model. For young girls
Yeah, and that's what the
versus the
second
other
movie was
ones.
saying about.
Oh, okay. Well, I
See,
didn't
you
see
should
it.
watch the second
Okay.
one.
Well, maybe. All right. And the last one in this category, Princess Kida,
Yeah,
and this is from Atlantis, The Lost Empire, which came out in 2001. I did watch this one. This is with Michael J. Fox, right? I think he was in this one.
I don't remember the
Okay.
actors' names or
I'm
anything.
gonna have her talk about more of this one. I've seen it probably past year, but I don't remember like talking about it.
Yeah, I just recently watched it because I was trying to just watch all the classics, at least the ones that are kind of different. What I like about her is, the I mean, sadly to say, the white guy that came, the scientists and everything, and her just figuring out like where her people were. So it was nice. And then, sadly to say that the stone and she was going to be like her mother and the women of the area, they are kind of up in the sky and protecting. So,
Yeah, I remember
yeah,
that movie. Okay.
yeah,
She had like, white
white
hair.
hair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
just
yeah, that is Michael J. Fox.
okay.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
so. Okay.
But I love that it was different cultures in it. Because a lot of Disney movies, even though like Mulan was different, they're kind of like in Pocahontas, they're usually just one sided. And I love that Atlantis showcased the ethnic people.
Okay. True that. True
Yeah.
that.
And even the people that was also going there were also ethnic.
Yeah.
I mean, they were every race. And I love that about that. Because then if you're Atlantean, I would think that you are ethnic, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so I do like that. So, I think that every little girl, they could see themselves in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I vaguely remember this movie. I know I've watched it last year, but I think I've always thought it was pretty decent. I
Yeah.
don't think it gets a good play.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know why. I mean,
But see, I think it was during that same time period where like Treasure Planet and all that. So those movies were great, the science in it, but they just weren't they're not princesses like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like showcased it as much as they could be. Because Treasure Planet is on the same line of that of greatness.
Okay. Okay. Now, will you consider her like a really strong
Oh yeah,
princess?
she saved everybody. I mean, sadly to say because of, her going and stuck and everything, but she had to sacrifice herself.
So did she die? Or
No,
die?
she did not die because he like saved her
Okay, she was going to become like part of
under
the
the stone
stone.
and
Okay.
everything and to protect. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Something like Milan, Jasmine, you know,
Jasmine did not save anything.
no, but Jasmine was still going to protect
Oh
though.
yeah.
Okay? Protect. And I kind of just want these, seven to be in, a part of a group because they're 100% different from Snow White, Aurora, and Cinderella. These are Disney princesses that, is fighting for what they believe in. They're not just sitting around the house waiting for, the prince, the man to save them. They're going out there doing what they got to do for their family, their country, whatever.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and I got one more set of Disney princesses. I have Tiana, which is from The Princess and the Frog, that came out in 2009. Rapunzel, Tangled, that came out in 2010. Meredith from Brave, that came out in 2012. Anna, what's her name? Anna and
Elsa?
Elsa. I couldn't remember because they just talk about her all the time. Which was in Frozen. They came out in 2013. Mirabelle,
Okay.
Encanto,
Well,
Encanto. I always
yes.
pronounce that wrong.
Yes.
And Asia, which came out in 2023 in Wish. So
Ooh, can we add another one?
we can add another one.
So this one is kind of a little different. It will be Penelope from,
Penelope.
oh my God, Wreck-It Ralph.
I've never seen
I don't know
Wreck-It
what year that
Ralph.
came out.
I can look it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never
but
seen that one.
it's a good one.
Okay.
And actually, she strong-willed it.
Okay. She
And
was the little girl in
yeah,
that.
she was a little girl. And then I love that the concept that she was didn't realize that she was actually the princess.
Didn't they make?
And actually, this scene, the picture was actually from she had all the princesses in the movie. So that's why I think Penelope should definitely be added to that. I mean, I love the scene.
22.
It was 2012.
Hmm.
I love the scene where she's going into the room and she sees all the princesses. And then they're like, what are you? And she was like, oh, I'm a princess too.
Okay, okay.
So yeah.
I heard this movie made a lot of money.
Hmm.
And is there a part two?
Yeah, this is picture is
Oh,
from
this
part
part
two.
part two.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think it's
okay,
from part two. Yeah, it's from part two.
okay. Huh. I might have to watch it. But did Lady Grace say yes? They saved themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, in part two, not part one.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
She didn't realize that she was actually a princess until the end of part
Part
one.
one. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the game is actually her game. She didn't realize that.
Oh, they're in the game.
Yeah. You really have never seen the movie.
No, I mean
It's about video games.
I've
And
seen
they're work
scenes, but to actually sit down, I don't know why. It didn't look like it
I
was
think
a Disney movie that I really wanted to
I
see.
think it's the main actor. The guy that's Wreck-It Ralph. I don't really care for him.
Who is he?
I don't remember like look him up. But I don't like him.
Okay. Well,
So
if I didn't
I
know about the show, I wouldn't
I think every
know.
time I hear him, he just is it Seth Rogen?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I don't like him.
Cast
So
stuff. No,
no, it's not.
Rich Moore, Sour Bill.
Oh, it's John Raleigh.
Oh, I like John
I don't like him.
Riley. Oh my
I don't
God, he
like
was in
him. He's only going
Chicago.
to Chicago. I
Oh
don't like him.
God. All right, let's move on since
His
we
voice is
already.
annoying.
Well, that song he sung in Chicago really wasn't that
What
good.
else had you seen him
Okay, so we're gonna go to The Princess and the Frog, 2009. Tiana.
in? Yes.
They're set in New Orleans.
Hmm.
It is, I guess, the first black princess. Well, I mean, Pocahontas really wasn't black.
Pocahontas is not
I
black.
know. That's what I'm saying. When I say first black princess, she looked at me.
That's fine.
Okay. I thought it was a pretty good movie, set in New Orleans.
Hmm.
She was a cook It was just on actually yesterday. I didn't watch it all. I watched the ending, when the frog died. No frog.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
God, it was just on yesterday.
the lightning
The
bug.
lightning bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of, I missed like the last like 2 minutes. He was just saying his little goodbye to the star, and then something happened, and I had to leave the room. And I remember coming back, and I'm like, man, I watched the last 15 minutes of it just to see that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, there she go. So, what did you like about this?
I love that the history behind it. Because I like that they added in like real people, and I love the just the different cultures that they did. It was really cool that they chose, instead of doing the norm, they went to,
Yeah,
Louisiana.
yeah.
And I love that. And I love that she was like doing gumbo. I mean, the
She had a
beignets.
job.
Yeah, she had a job.
Well,
Her best friend that was still, that
yeah,
was
kind
super rich and was still
of.
was like,
But
hey,
still her best friend,
yeah,
because this when I started watching it yesterday, she was willing to kiss the
the frog,
frog
yeah.
for her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, even though she was very selfish,
Yes.
but she was willing to do that
I
for
mean,
her
she gave
peeps.
her the beautiful dress. Yeah, and
Yes.
stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely by the end of the
She
movie,
was like,
but
"Oh no, I'm gonna make you look," and stuff like that. I
yeah,
mean, she was the
friendship.
bestest. Yeah.
And none of the other, um, too many of the other princesses that we mentioned actually had another female best friend that I can think of.
No, they
Yeah,
usually kind of had like animals.
animals.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Rapunzel,
Animal.
Tangle. Yes, had an animal. Tango came out in 2010. Okay, so I cry in this movie every time I watch it. I do.
But mind you, she
Ugh.
cries in everything. She cries in Bambi. She cries.
Well, everybody crying damn in
No.
Bambi. Okay, just heartless. The scene that really did for me, I mean, yes, she was a young girl. She was taken. Actually, I'm going to be the villain. For I'm gonna get her and wear her costume. You know,
Oh, I was like, "What do you
yeah,
mean
yeah.
you're gonna be the
I'm
villain?"
just
I was
saying. I
confused.
like villains.
Like, what are you talking about?
They are doing a live version of this.
Oh yeah, I'm very
the
impressed
the
by.
lady that was in Agatha,
Yes.
she's gonna play Mother Gothel, I think is her
Yeah, I
name.
think so.
She's gonna be awesome in that. But even though she's been locked up in the tower probably since a couple of months, she's still a strong character. She really, really wants fights, and there she had her frying pan, and she left the tower, to do that. See, I'm about to cry now because, okay, no, it's
Oh,
a good movie.
why?
Because it's a good movie. When the
Oh
guard
my god.
rushes, when the guard rushes into the room, and see, this is crying, and he just nods his head, and the parents look at each other, and she comes in. That just makes me go ahead.
Like I said, she cries and everything.
Oh, just thinking about it, it's
Oh
just
my
it's
god.
just beautiful.
Yeah. What I think is interesting is I like the, sadly to say, the mother and all that, even though she truly loved her. And I will have to say that. Because I mean, even though, she knew kept that it was her birthday. That
Locked her
was,
up in
yeah.
a
I know she
tower.
locked her up though, but she did try to, take the hair, because when she was born, she was like, "Hey, I'm
That
gonna
was
take her
only
hair."
for
Oh
the
wait,
first 30
it's
seconds.
still. She was dumb. She should have just took that plan instead of going back and forth. That was stupid. But she didn't want to take the child originally. If you really think about it, that's
True,
why she
true.
took the
But
hair,
then
and then
why would you want to take the child? Now I
because
gotta feed it, I gotta
but
clothe
she
it.
loved her. She let her do anything. She got her everything she wanted.
True. For her birthday, she did
Yeah, she
read.
loved her. She,
So it's a
she
crazy kind of love.
she kept her smart, because Rapunzel wasn't stupid. She was
No,
just
she wasn't
not.
stupid.
She was just naive because she didn't know.
She don't know the world.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, she raised her well. If you really think about it, I mean, I
To
know
be
she.
defiant.
Yeah, she did. She was a great mother.
Yeah.
Truly, just sadly to say, She did kidnap
I'm
her.
not gonna say she was a great mother.
She
I mean,
kidnapped
she
her.
kidnapped her
But I mean,
and was willing to re-kidnap her to take her somewhere else so she can
because
keep
she did,
her so she can stay young forever.
it wasn't just because of that. She
No,
truly
because of
loved
that.
her.
No, it
She
was because of
truly
that.
loved her.
No.
But then if you really think about it, there's actually a case though. I forgot it happened like maybe like 10 years ago, whatever, when this girl realized that she was kidnapped. And she actually still calls the person that kidnapped her and they're in jail and all that. Hey, that's my mom. And they raised her and everything. True. It's weird.
Well, considering, her hair down, I do like the idea. The main character, I can't think of his name.
Eugene?
Flint, yeah, Eugene.
Yeah.
Was willing to do the taker. Of course, he wanted
The crown.
the crown, but I thought they had a really good love story. And by the end of the movie, I mean, he definitely was in love with her. They grew to love each other, where
Yes.
some of the other princesses, I'm asleep, and I love you,
No, but see, she
or
really did fall in love at first sight.
no, she didn't.
No, I'm
No,
talking. I'm talking about. You said that was a sleep.
yeah, I'm
Sleeping
talking about
Beauty.
Sleeping
Sleeping Beauty
Beauty.
fell in love with her at first sight. That's what you said. I know you. I know that
Yeah,
that the
no,
beautiful scene
no, she
that I
wouldn't be
love.
saying that about any person.
No.
Any person, it just happens to be him. No, no. Anyway, I love Tangle, and I cry in this movie all the time. Brave, 2012.
Okay, it's sadly to say I didn't care for the movie. I thought it had a great concept. I love that she was a strong woman and everything like that.
The
She didn't need a
Bears, her
man,
brother.
the brother, the storyline. It's just one of those movies that I don't think I will turn to. I'm just saying it just was. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't really care for it. I don't know. It just it's okay.
Yeah, I kind of, there she go. I kind
Yeah.
of agree a little bit. I mean, she was definitely feisty. She screwed up a little bit. That's why I think, her mother turning into the bear,
Yeah.
and her
And wanted her to sew
brothers,
and put it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so it kind of had a nice meaning behind it.
Yeah.
This one didn't have any kind of prince at all.
It had three princes.
Yeah, but not one that she fell in love with.
Oh yeah.
The story was about her.
hmm
The red flowing hair. I thought it was a decent movie. Not one of my favorite princesses,
Yeah.
but I thought it was okay. Let's see. One of the more popular ones from Frozen, 2012. Anna and what's her name again?
Elsa.
Elsa. I got so tired of hearing this name, hearing the
It's like let it
song.
go,
I
let it
mean, it
go.
was a good song, but they so overplayed the
They
song, the
took away.
movie. It was everywhere. You didn't feel the same way
Yeah.
about them, the princess, the queen. Anna was very, very naive. I mean, the little
She was,
song with
but she was locked in the castle. You got to think about it.
another character that was locked.
Yeah, I mean they both were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean I like Olaf. He's so cute.
Olaf was cool.
But then
He was the best part about the
I
movie.
love the actor that did Olaf. He's
He's
hilarious.
hilarious.
Anything that he's in, he was
Yeah.
actually in the live action of Beauty and the Beast.
I
Yeah,
loved him in the live action. The scene with
yeah,
him and Gaston sitting,
yes.
man, it's just hilarious.
Anything that he's in, I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, yeah.
he's hilarious. I'm surprised he's straight.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, this movie made a lot of money. It was very popular. You know, I, I mean, it's not a movie I think I will watch. It came on just because they just overplayed it. Disney made a lot of money with this, but it had a happy ending.
It definitely did.
I love the sister, and
I also think it does have a little things as I've like, I follow like certain things with people like show like, oh, did you see this scene? I do think it's sad though, that Elsa, when she was trapped in the dungeon and stuff, those restraints were perfectly for her.
yeah,
That means her parents did that. That
yeah,
wasn't something that they came up with. her parents thought maybe if she goes out of hand, we're gonna have these restraints for her, and I thought that was sad.
Do you think, and no, do you think those handcuffs were there before or after? Because if
What do
she
you mean?
hasn't, if she hasn't done anything, why do you have those restraints? Are
They
you
had those
just
restraints.
scared because
Yeah,
she had magic?
yeah, I think so. Well, I think as soon as she accidentally harmed her sister, that's when they made it.
Mm.
Because you remember, that's where she had the white piece in her hair and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
So I think that was the only reason.
Which is kind of sad, you know. I
I mean,
mean,
accidents happen, but what she did could have killed her sister.
true, but I also thought they should have, eventually they should have found somebody
But
to
they died
teach it.
too early for that.
Yeah, that's true.
And they
That's
were,
true.
ain't they were leaving to do that?
I don't know. I don't remember
Yeah.
because I just don't want to watch the movie anymore.
It's a good movie though.
Yeah, it was
I
a
mean,
good
it
movie
did
when
get
you
overplayed. I
overplay.
mean, it took away my favorite ride at Disney,
Oh,
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom to put that. Yeah, that was a great
So,
ride at
oh my
Disney.
gosh. I love Maelstrom.
Yeah, but Elsa character is pretty much from the Ice Princess. That
Yes.
book.
Yeah,
You
originally
know,
she was gonna be bad, but they said they scratched it to make her like, more sistery and stuff like
yeah,
that.
and I think that was a good job.
Yeah.
I would have hated to see her bad. Disney, always have that love, and I think it would have been wrong of Disney to have her bad.
Yes.
Um, I don't see which I'm watching Moana, and I don't even have that on the list. No, it's on right now. Form.
Yeah.
I can't remember when this movie came
Just go to
came
history,
out.
it'll tell you.
Yeah,
Or
you're
info.
right. I could go to info. It's going to tell me everything. Let's see.
2016.
2016. Okay, so yeah, she would be next. Love this movie. I love the songs. The crab.
Yeah.
you
When the
know.
grandmother passed away, I even like I was like, oh, I felt it.
Yeah.
It was, and then oh my god, the movie is so emotional. The live action though, I do feel like Dwayne, he just looks
Yeah, I
he
think
just I feel like 'cause he's old, maybe they should have got somebody different just
no,
for
it was
this.
going to be him. It couldn't be
He
anybody else.
wanted it because he wanted originally her to be the girl, and she said no. I actually want another person to be also a princess.
Okay.
So I do like that concept, and that's why I feel like maybe he should have did it too. But
So maybe since this movie came out in 2016, maybe did the movie 4 years ago because you're just saying you think his characters are too old to play it.
yeah, I think he's too old to play Maui. But her being, you know, Moana, I think is fine
Yeah.
because I mean she is ethnic and all that, and she looks good. She's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
she could play, like she's 16,
Yeah.
which is fine. But him, he just I don't know, something about it.
Mm,
He's too old.
okay. Well, let's do that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to say no to The Rock if he wants to do
Yeah,
it.
he wanted to do it. He
Yeah.
lives by the role, which I love that.
Yeah, he's going to do his best.
Yeah.
I think it's going to make money.
Oh, it's definitely gonna
It's
make
going to make
money.
money. But not necessarily a princess. It was a tribe, but we're
Yes,
just
she
going to go
is.
ahead. Well,
She
she's
is
the
the
chief's daughter.
she's the
Yeah,
princess. Because think
yeah,
about it, it's like Pocahontas is the princess.
yeah, yeah. That's true. But I don't remember that movie too much, so
It's
can't
our
really talk about
history.
it.
We live.
But anyway, like I said, it's on right now on Freeform, and I watched it constantly. I think it's a really, really good movie. At the end, when she finds the heart in the TV, I thought it was good.
Oh yeah, I like the concept where he stole her heart, trying to give it to the humans and all
Yeah,
that, and it made her bad. But he's the reason why she was bad. He gave it back, and then everything was calm.
yeah,
And I love that still when Disney does like scenes from real areas, because if you look it up, that's a real place,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
thought that was so
Yeah,
beautiful.
the
Yeah.
scenes from it was good. Her facial expression when she came back to herself.
Hmm.
Disney did a great job with this movie. I mean, put it on.
Yeah.
All right, Maribel from Encanto 2021. This was a big hit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Zoe talk about this one. I haven't seen it in a while. I've probably maybe seen it twice. She's seen it.
You've only seen it
I
twice?
want to say I probably only seen it twice.
Are you serious? How is
Um,
that possible?
well, yeah. I mean, to me,
It
it was a
doesn't
good
matter.
movie. It
I
was a
was
good movie.
forced to watch
She's not a
it.
princess,
She's
you
not a
know,
princess.
but she's a strong female character. Tell me about her.
She's a strong female character. I don't know.
What did you like? What did you like about her character or the movie?
Well, I love the movie. The music was amazing. I love
This
that
is
it
the
was.
one. Don't talk about
Yeah,
Bruno.
don't talk about
Oh yeah,
Bruno.
that's a great
I
movie.
love Don't Talk About Bruno. That
That's a great
song
song.
is, I mean,
Yeah,
I like that it showcased everybody the culture that was behind that because they're Hispanic, and I love that part of it.
yeah.
The I like that it had the different characters like showcasing different stuff. So you have the one sister that was like pretty and all that. Then you had the other one that was super strong, and then the boy that was like shape shifting to things. So he
Yeah.
was kind of like the comedian.
Yeah, there she go.
Yes. And then her that was trying to just keep the family in line that actually didn't even have like powers. But you didn't realize that she did necessarily. Her specialness was the house itself. And the grandmother was the bad character in the movie.
Okay. Another movie where the female was the bad character.
Yeah, I mean, she necessarily was just selfish more. She wanted to everything to be perfect and things. So they count her as a bad character, but necessarily she was just trying to protect her family. And sadly, of
People got hurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
because it wasn't perfect. That's why Bruno was like gone. But anyway, he was in the house the whole time, and even
which is weird.
the one sister even said that she was like, "I hear him in the walls." If you hear it in the
Yeah,
"Don't
I
Talk
remember them
About
saying
Bruno,"
that. Yeah, I
she
remember that.
said it the whole time. He's here, and it's okay. And I thought it was still sad though when at the table and where the wall was, it was the spot, and he did it like he was actually eating with them at the table. So he did that every day when they'll have dinner. He'll go and place his dinner
There you
there
go.
and just be a part of it. And I always thought that was sad. He knew that he was an issue. Well, not really an issue, but
They had issues with
they
him.
had issues with him.
Yeah,
So that's why he was like, "Well, I'm gonna step away." Because everything that he said was correct. It's just that people sometimes don't like the truth. And that's pretty much what it was
true,
showcasing.
true, true. Okay, and we have the last one, which is Aisha from Wish. Now, this movie I only saw it
I only saw it
once
once too.
in the movie theater. It did not do well. I'm trying to remember what I remember about the movie. I know there was a star.
Yeah, the
She
star.
gave a wish, and I think the bad guy, which was a guy in this one,
Hmm.
wanted to
He was like the king.
magic. Yes.
Yeah. And he wanted to like I think he'd take control because he didn't have any wishes or nothing, but it made it seem like he did.
Hmm.
So that's what it was. But she actually was the one. I love that star. I remember I was trying to buy it at the store, can't find it whatsoever. But I thought it was an okay movie. I liked it. It was one of those movies that I would have saw it again. It's just that I don't see it ever come on TV.
Yeah, I'm coming to think of it. You're right.
Yeah, so it'll be something that I just have to look up for
And
the
we don't even own
services.
this one either.
No, but I enjoyed the movie when I did see it. To But I don't, like I said, I've only seen it once
Yeah,
because I
I've only
don't
seen it
see it
once.
anywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
I did think that they tried to make it more close to like Moana and Frozen kind of thing, where I thought it was okay. And the movie was short. I feel like it was only like an hour and 30 minute long
Yeah, I don't remember.
movie.
Mhm.
But the songs, I do feel like they were trying to like replicate like those two movies. It definitely seemed like that.
Okay. I mean, Disney has some, really great songs, some really great characters, some weaker princesses, but typically over time, I think the main female character in at least the people we talk about today kind of got stronger with age. I don't see us going back to White, Cinderella, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. There are our classics because for us, when it comes to Disney and major female characters, they're kind of the beginning. But I would not want to go back that direction. I think I'm happy with, women empowerment, being smart, being fighters,
Yes.
doing what they got to do for family, friends, loved ones. Um, A lot of these princesses were young characters. They've definitely changed over the years. Um, and I'm gonna ask Zoe one last question because we're way over our 30 minutes. Because, as I said in the beginning, we love Disney. We can talk about this forever.
Mhm.
Um, do you think it's a good change from Snow White to Asia and Wish?
I think so too, just because of the sign of the times. Doing when those movies originally first came out, we needed Tyler to say the women needed a man to help them because they didn't have like rights and all that originally.
Okay.
So now that we as a society do, women could do what we can. So I do think it is good that we're showcasing what's going on in day-to-day life.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely women. We don't need to be rescued now.
Yes.
I'm not saying we did back then,
Hmm.
but as Zoe said, it definitely was sign of the times.
Yeah.
All right, I want to thank everyone who joined us today. I think we saw Calibus, Rob, Marky Mark, Lady Gray. Please like and subscribe. I want to thank Zoe for
Yes.
doing the show with me tonight. Maybe she'll join us again. I do want to say hello to the other two matriarchs who couldn't join us tonight, Miss Lady Gray, Miss Liz. Thank you for all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. See where my hands at.